let's talk about roleplay. So roleplay is like playing different characters on the theatre. So you have a theatre you go and watch, and it's amazing. You get entangled with the drama, the emotions, because you can see it in the light, you can see it in your eyes. So while you're there, you turn to fire, and you can feel it inside. So when it comes to life, and you're playing your own theatre, and you're different with your mum, and you're different with your dad or grandparents and step-parents, and you're different with your partner, then you're different with a neighbour, and then you're different with a friend. All of these, you are different. You play different masks all the time. You are on a theatre yourself. And your friends and your family are projected in light. You see them projected in front of you. But which one are you? Have you forgotten which one you are? If you took each mask off, will you uncover something that you don't want to see? Or will you find the truth about you? We play different roles in every different situation. We pretend roles, we act roles. You are a theatre. But let me just tell you something just a little deeper. You know, when I say that, I go off and start talking about something, and then I come straight back to the point. Imagine that every single body that you know has a cell inside of them which vibrates at the same level as you. So although you're playing a different role and you're masking yourself up for every different situation in a theatre, what if I said to you that when you talk to someone, you're actually talking to yourself? And you will find interest in what they're interested in. It's like playing a game of tennis. So you speak to a stranger, and if they hit the ball back, which is your cell, you then hit the ball back to them. It's a bounce. It's like walking into a round room and standing in the middle and hitting one note of a drum as hard as you can. Just one. You go bang. And that sound is created in the air, and it has the same sound all the way through, and then it hits the wall and then rebounds and creates itself, because remember, sound is created by what's in the air. All the elements and the atoms are in the air, so that note is being plugged out of the air, and that sound will go out and then come back in. One sound goes out in all different ways and then comes straight back into the middle. So why would it not be the same when you're talking to someone, that you're not actually just talking to yourself? And if there's things that you need to work on in life, spiritually, to pull out anything which is bad of yourself, perhaps when you're talking to that person is the vibration of the person who's trying to bring the worst out of you. Because once it comes out of you, you can then deal with that problem. So say, for example, if I'm standing in that round room, which is quite wide, and I hit the drum, and the drum goes out, and there's a couple of obstacles in its way, it's not going to come quite back. It's not going to sound the same until it's clear. So let's put people in there. So maybe the obstacles are the people. So it's one round cell. You talk to each one in the same level because you're actually talking to yourself. And then you hit the drum, and the drum hits that person. Yeah, and that person sounds back. So To correct it, you have to see that person there is talking to you at the level of you to upgrade, to bring the worst out of you. And yeah, there'll be some which brings the best out of you. Of course. It's the polarity. It's good and bad. But we want you to be good. Holy, whole, round, pulse, with nothing in its way. So your voice goes through. Get to the kingdom of heaven, the voice is your command. They would know who you are. When you go into a cathedral, when you sing a note, or you talk, or your presence is there, it knows it's you. It knows it's you. But imagine if there was a wall that you had to get through and you had to talk, and it could tell, because your sound is their sound and their sound is your sound, so you are talking as one. And if you don't see that logic, the door won't open. It needs to know that you're able to talk to each other. So when you're playing different roles all the time in life, just in the underline, you are always there. You are always there because you're always talking to yourself. Some people are there to bring the worst out of you so that you can deal with it at a cellular level. You are crafted. And I know we're all different with everyone. How amazing is that? One lady said to me, and I always remember it, it was a little old lady, you might even know the story. She said her grandson came round and played a game with her, Monopoly. And she played it with him in the summer, and she kicked his ass. She really did, because she knew how to play the game. And then the grandson said, look, can I take this home and learn it? And she went, absolutely. So he went home and he learned it for a week. And he went back round there on a Sunday. And he goes, Grandma, I've learned it. Can I play with you now? She went, yeah. They started playing. And he started to win. He won every single house, took every single bit of money off her. Took the last bit of money off her. And he said, look, I won. She said, yeah, you did. You've done really well at the game. You've done so well. But there's one more thing I need to teach you. And he said, what's that? Well, you won the game. But every time it finishes, it just goes back into the box again. For someone else to play. You understand that? I always say there's nothing to fear. We just play different roles on each experience. It's quite clear. It's a system of reincarnation. It's a system of, with our eyes and our light, outside and the inside with emotion, to go around and seek. We are fairies with our wings cut, going around, okay, finding the bad, and bringing the bad out into the light, so there's nowhere for it to hide, and then you've got your words and your light to shine on it, and when you describe it, there ain't nothing where it can hide. So the flame on the outside can then become plasma on the inside. When you talk to the next person, you will see that you're actually talking as an energy exchange from your sound to their sound. Always remember the analogy of the drum in the middle of the room, the round room. Sound creates its sound as it goes through. It creates it. It's already there. Same as electric. Love you. Love, live and empathize.